control, they will be unable to see the contradiction because of the fear. This is God's word. How do you control people? Why did they steal the teachings of Christ? Because his truth was so pure and of an understanding they didn't have that it's very alluring. So they had to take his teachings. But imagine this. Say you have 10 statements supposedly by Christ. Okay, make the first 7 authentic. And then add 3 more to corrupt it and slip in a rule here and there. Some sort of rule about society and you that he didn't say. That's how you do it. And that's what they have done. And you're not going to be able to see what is and what is not until you ride a bike. If you haven't ridden a bike, how can you read a book about riding bikes that is corrupt and be able to see the corruption? If you haven't ridden a bike, you're not going to know what is true and what is not. He was a bike rider trying to get you to ride bikes, and they're trying to get you to ride him because they know if you try to ride him, you'll never ride the bike, and they got you. Why do you think he said, "You'll be forgiven if you deny me"? But not the creative spirit, because he was a temporary manifestation of consciousness. His name and his body don't matter, and he knew that, which is why he let go of it. Why did he keep his mouth shut when they questioned him? A, they didn't want to know the truth, and B, they weren't going to give him 2 weeks to try to lead him to the truth. Therefore, he couldn't answer the questions. He just kept his mouth shut. And he knew they were all under demonic mind control. Forgive them, they know not what they do. Why do you think you didn't know what you were doing? Because people think that demons somehow inject thoughts into your mind. No, your mind is a co-creation of you and foul play, whether it be mind control, a demon, or anything else. It's a co-creation, meaning a demon literally pushes your spirit out of the way, grabs the steering wheel, and uses your mind for its own intentions. In other words, it thinks for you, and the mind can't perceive that from outside of itself. Therefore, whatever it thinks it is thinking it. Therefore, the prison of the mind. When you connect to the creative spirit, now, it's so difficult to be precise on this, because I don't want people seeking something outside of themselves. The way the creative spirit will interface with you will be with your spirit, which is it, a derivative of it. And then it will rise from within to command your mind. It will never speak directly to your ego. And people say, well, yeah, but the way you talk about it, it's like a conversation. No, that's my translation for you of understanding. It is my spirit that is teaching me. Do you understand that? And it gets the influence from something larger. I'm learning from me. When I try to translate it for you, Jonathan, do this, Jonathan, this is how it is. That is a translation into words for what is occurring inside of me. It's the best way I can put it. What is their primary agenda? They absolutely require you to feel responsible for whatever they have done to you. Or it just won't work. I'll say that again. They absolutely need you to feel responsible for what they have done to and through you. They need you to be ignorant of the extra-dimensional influence, because if you're ignorant of that, you will blame everything on yourself. That's how it works. What a scam this is. Create the soul, right? Put you in there, put you in an energy body, and put you in a body. And of course, you will have absolute amnesia the moment you're born. And you're like a programmed character in a Sims game. And you develop your character with each new day. And they control the character. What they do is make you default the best they can. Make you defy what you normally would do. And the energy body, which is where your mind is, you see, your mind isn't in your brain. Your brain's a conjugate to your mind. It is just a receiver to it. It is larger than your brain accesses. Imagine if you have 500 points of consciousness in your mind, and your brain is tuned to access 240 or something like that. Then it's a filter. Do you understand that? It's a filter. It's blinders. And so when you die, they come to you and create an illusion, a reality as real as the one you experience right now, and try to slam you quick. They'll come to you in whatever way they need to, based upon assessment of your mind. Your mind will be like a hard drive on a computer. They can access all of it right away, instantaneously, and will create the suitable illusion and excuse for your experience. Either you're learning a lesson and your soul is evolving, so you need to do it again, reincarnate again to grow. Bullshit. Or you have sinned and I'm judging you and I am Jesus, and you can either go to hell or you can reincarnate and learn your lesson. Bullshit. Or they'll just try to send you directly to a hell-like experience and allow them, law of contract, to torture you because you feel you were judged by God. They do all the shit through you, pervert you, corrupt you, your character, basically, get all the other characters to hate you if possible, and then use what they've done to and through you against you. And with each new life, they break your will until eventually you just give yourself to this cancer consciousness so it can absorb you for itself. Why does it work? Why does it work for these secret societies? Satan, if you want to call it that, isn't stupid. Remember the discussion of scalar reality from The Healing Begins Now. Very important now for you to understand that. Satan is like a consciousness that is separate, which is like cancer. Therefore, it has scalar growth, and it will see itself as one thing. So, when it seduces and entices and recruits, its reasoning will be very, very close to the reasoning that Christ would have, or the Spirit's reasoning. We are one. I am you, you are me. Very similar to creation, isn't it? Yet, it will have the cancer agenda, right? Hurt other people, that's fine. Just love me. That is the difference. The Spirit has respect and love for all of its creations. Cancer wants you to do whatever you want to that which is not its creation, to destroy it, as long as your allegiance is to the cancer. And once it sucks you in, you're its slave, whether you know it in your current role or not. It knows. So it can be very confusing for a Satanist because it will make a lot of sense. It will mirror a lot of the laws of creation, except for the love and respect for all of the creations. That will be the difference. Greed, materialism, that's what it does. There are two oneness campaigns going on simultaneously. One of them is the recruiting by the cancer. We are one. Do you understand that? We're one consciousness. Well, it's not wrong in its current state. That's absolutely true. It certainly does see itself as that way, and that is the phenomenon of the all-seeing eye, or the hive mind. Satan can speak through anybody at any time that it's connected to. So can the Spirit, which is the conflict. It's not its fault. It can't be in one thing. It has to be the result of free